Let's get into this video and see how we can handle the laundry process using Saleculator POS. So I'm going to use the administrative password as usual, which will be 1111, logging in. This is an ideal laundry setup where you could see different products here. So we have categories here. The categories are divided again on basis of the services. So we have ironing and we have wash and iron, and then we have dry clean as well. Let's go ahead and choose abaya. I'm gonna input the price, say for example 20 dirhams or something. So just click OK. Once you input the price, the next thing it comes up is the receipt info. The receipt info is something that you update the receipt with. So in this scenario, what we can do, we can just choose as a hanging as a process and a collection, maybe with driver 1, who's the driver who collected the material. So I'm gonna click OK. So that will just upload on the sales screen, as you can see, Abaya with the 20 bucks on them. And you can also change the units. For example, I'm just clicking the plus icon, it will change the units, and subsequently you can show the amount is getting changed as well. Click is equal to. Now you can choose the depth. The money is collected afterwards, the service is delivered to the customer. So let's click depth and click on this icon. It is the customer's icon. Once you click this, you get this pop-up. It will show customers list on the top left. And you can just click on the search button. So these are the customers that I've already saved for demonstration purpose. Okay, for example, if you're rendering the services to the customers who belong to apartments or something like that, so we can go by the block name. So I have updated 4 blocks here. It's like B10, B12, 14, 6, just for reference. Okay, so for example, if we got this abaya order from a customer from B10, so I'm just choosing it as a B10 and we'll just give it OK. Okay, so now the total debt for the customer from B10 is 96 bucks. Just click OK, so it will get added to the customer's debt. The screen is cleared off itself. So as you can see, I'm gonna choose wash and iron, and so this one will take another pajama, and I'm gonna put the rate here. Click OK as usual. Maybe we can take this folding, and maybe this is from driver 2 who collected the material. So please OK is equal to, and we can choose for the customer. So it said maybe this customer is from B12. Click OK. Okay, so that went off. And then for the third one, we can choose maybe again shots, and then type in the amount and folding. We'll just choose driver for instance, and then click OK. So that came up here. We can increase the quantities, and then is equal to. So this customer, we can choose a cash customer. OK. Okay, that gone off. So we can just take another customer for a cash payment, maybe from another category. Again, the cash, and click OK. So now we have built 4 different customers for today. Okay, the next part of the transaction happens on the delivery orders. Before moving on to the delivery order, you can just check and see on the closed cash. It shows 54 as a payment for cash, and the total debt we got is 175 for the day. Go back to the delivery orders. Now you could see we have 4 orders which is under the current sequence. Now as I told you, the current sequence is that it shows those processes that is happening alive for the day. Once the service is completed, maybe whether it is a washing or ironing or anything like that, and we're done with the process, that's when we move those receipts or move those orders down to the specific drivers. Okay, we have current sequence, so it pulls up the data for this present day, and we have to check for the last 30 days the total orders that we received for the last 30 days. You can choose this one that shows previous 30 days. Click on reload. Now you could see it just populated all those pending orders for the past 30 days. And there's another option here. It shows all sequences. So when you choose this, it will just get you all those unsettled orders from the day 1. So for this day, we have 4 orders that we have taken. Now Let's go ahead and assign these orders to specific drivers. Imagine we have completed with the services for bill number 15. So I'm going to allocate this 15th order for specific drivers. For example, I'm just this is a list of drivers. When you click this button, it just pops up with the assigned driver list. So I'm just clicking job bar with order number 15. Now it goes under the job bars list. So we'll just choose another driver. We can go for John. And so I'm gonna assign John with the order number 16. So it goes under the John's list here. So if you need to move this order to another driver, so in that kind of scenario, you can just click once, just have one click on this, and then you can remove it back to the unsettled orders, and then you can choose another driver and move it down to the driver as usual, just like the same case. So we'll just click again. We'll just move this order number 16 to John. So once it is done, we can just click on cancel also, so that we can take another driver. Okay, so that's another scenario. Like this, whether you cancel it or close it, it will be assigned to that driver. It will be saved out in the back of the system. Just clicked it before choosing the driver. So let's see, we'll just give it to Sam, and we'll locate the order number 18 to Sam. So it goes to Sam. Now, for example, if Sam is going for delivery, and the Sam's delivery, we got the collection, so the amount is settled for this order. What we just have to do is, this is for an order for 34 dirham or rupees or whatever the currency for your location. So this is the order for 34 bucks, and then Sam has successfully delivered it, and we also got this bill settled. So in that scenario, you can double click this and it will get automatically removed from the settled orders. Okay, so that means it is taken care. Now, if you want to change the payment method for Sam's delivery, what you just have to do is just click once, and you have a button called settle here. Click on the settle, and you can change the payment method made by the customer here. So that's one of the method. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just click on this again. Click again. So that means this bill is being settled, which is being delivered by Sam. There are scenarios drivers or the collectors, they'll forget the customer details they have collected the materials from. So in that scenario, we can choose a driver, maybe for a job bar. So we'll pull that job bar, whatever the information under job bar. So it'll just come up with the orders that are being delivered by job bar. So we can pull that in case if he or the driver forgets about the information. If the system can retrieve it, and once we get the payment, we can just double click and it will get settled. Going to settle this, double click, that's it's gone. And for example, if we have if we want to search for a specific customer's order that is not being settled for some time, choose the customer, and then we can search for that customer's whoever have a query about it. So we can, for example, the customer is B6, we can choose that and then reload it, or maybe from the previous 30 days reload it. So we have under for that B6 customer, we have old bill or order that is not being settled yet. You can see if we have any pending settlements for different drivers, we can just choose the driver, for example Martin. So we have a pending order under Martin. So Martin has already delivered it, but we don't have settlement coming from this customer. So that's when when you reload it, it just pulls up those pending orders under this particular driver. Okay, we're going to double click, and yes, that's it. So let's go back to the closed cache. As you can see here, the information got updated, cash that was there, and that's got settled so far, and we have a debt of 175 and debt paid is 60 so far. Let's go back to the delivery orders. There's another scenario when you can even scan the specific order item and allocate it to the driver automatically. Now if we scanned it using this barcode scanner, what happens is the order number comes up here automatically. For example, order number 10 comes up, and it just gets loaded onto the BMOS, under the BMOS orders. You can see here. Let's go back again to the closed cache, and you can see the debt is paid this much, and the cash payment we got collected so far it's got increased. So this is how it gets updated. The closed cache gets updated. And just update the cache or whatever is pending with you now for the day, and then click on close cache, and it's gonna ask you for the confirmation. Give yes. That's it. So this the class, all the transaction for this particular day gets closed out. Going through this is taken care. So we'll just come back to you again with another interesting video like this for working on Saleculator. Thanks again. Thank you for choosing Saleculator.